Hey guys, what's up? Tim Green here, and today we're going to talk about how to use your time on LinkedIn more efficiently if you're running a business. Now, the problem with LinkedIn is that a lot of people have a lot of different opinions about what's the right thing to do on LinkedIn and what not. So this is my 2 cents to the matter, and I'm going to tell you what I think about other people's opinion, why I think a lot of people are wasting their time when they are on LinkedIn. Now, mistake number 1 that a lot of people make, they log in every day and they spend 24/7 having the LinkedIn chat window open and looking what's going on, constantly scrolling through their news feed, reading other people's posts, answering messages, basically doing no work and just consuming content over and over again. And that's really not how you run a business, no matter if you're working as an employee for a big company or if you run your own business. The main time of your work, of your daily routine, should be spent on actually getting work done. LinkedIn should be a means to an end. That means you have to use your time way more efficiently and you can't be there 24/7. You have to have a plan. When are you logging in on LinkedIn? What are the key activities that you want to get done, and then check them off your list. Have a to-do list, what you're going to do every morning when you log into LinkedIn, every afternoon, what you're going to do, how are you going to build your network, what kind of content are you going to post. You have to have a plan. You should spend the least amount possible on LinkedIn so you can spend the majority of time generating leads for your business, working with your customers, delivering services for your business. Mistake number 2, this comes often from the people who take saving time too seriously. They're using LinkedIn automation. And they think, why should I waste my time doing some research on people and then only a very small number of people is going to reply to that? So why don't we just put this on autopilot? Get like a lead generation agency or use a lead generation automation tool and then just scrape off a list of people who vaguely match like my ideal audience. Let's take something simple like CEO in agriculture, whatever. And then we just take anyone who is like the job title and is working in this industry and like just sending them the same message without qualifying them any further. Now the problem with that is because when people use templated messages, they have to talk in a very vague way that almost always applies to everyone. And that makes it very unpersonal. People have a natural sense for something. If something is personal, written to them, or if something could be written to anyone else. Just think about like going on a dating platform and you're just sending the same message, hey sweetie, to everyone. How original is that? And people will instantly catch on to that and they feel like, yeah, that's not genuine. You're just trying to play the numbers game, hoping that someone will reply. But what happens? You maybe get like 1 in 10,000 messages. Now, on the other hand, if you spend a little bit of time really thinking about what is your ideal audience and then like researching those people from the search result a little bit more, gathering a bit more information about them and taking some notes so you can write a personalized message to each and every one of them, you're building a relationship. People instantly sense that you are genuine in your approach and your response quote is going up by a factor of 100 plus. Time waster number 3, you are getting too engaged in the quote-unquote LinkedIn family. You have to keep in mind, LinkedIn is a very diverse place with a lot of different people, with a lot of different reasons to be on the platform. And there is a very vocal group of people who basically spend their time 24/7 on the platform. And they are basically using this as their personal Facebook. They're building their friendships on this platform. They don't really do business, but they're talking and chatting with each and every one of them. And you might think that this is success on the platform, while for the majority of time, those people don't have any business. That's why they have too much time to spend on LinkedIn and to chit chat all the time. They don't have any business. So don't take the wrong kind of people as your role model. Don't get sucked into it. It might look impressive because a lot of times they are also like in the same engagement pod and then they're liking each other's content and you're seeing, oh wow, this person has 100 likes or this person's getting a ton of comments, but it's not real. And it's especially not from the people you want to have as your customers. Keep in mind, when you're having a very specific laser target focus, the majority of people is not as engaged as the LinkedIn residents. So you will have less engagement. That doesn't mean you're any less successful. In fact, that means you are more successful. If you're focusing on just getting the right people to engage with your content, building your network strategically, you get less engagement, but you're getting it from the right people who are ready to buy. And as a result of that, more people will reach out to you and you will make more sales. So don't take the wrong role models for your LinkedIn journey. Mistake number 4, and that's a really, really big problem. You're posting the wrong content. And you will notice when you get on LinkedIn and you're following a couple of people, a lot of them will follow and engage with some of the LinkedIn celebrities, quote unquote. Those type of content has a certain pattern. You will often find this is one of those heartbreaking stories. The Good Samaritan story, an HR person talking about how her boss asked her to fire the pregnant lady just before Christmas and she said no. And then everyone is like, oh yeah, you're such a hero. But you have to keep in mind, this kind of stories will get a ton of engagement because it pulls everyone's heartstrings. But it's not the right engagement that you want to get. This is engagement like from people who are addicted to this kind of story. You have to see like certain people, they love those kind of stories. They're watching drama series just to get this kind of rush, emotional addiction. Every time like there is like this over dramatized emotional story. And those are the same people who are reacting those kind of like emotional stories on LinkedIn. It's the same thing. So you can get a ton of engagement, but it's from people who are addicted to this kind of stories. It's not from potential customers. You want to create completely, entirely different content if you want to attract any customers. You might have a couple of customers who might also be interested in those heartstring stories, but that's not the majority. The majority of people who are ideal customers will not react to this kind of stories. So you have to know how to develop a content strategy that is attracting the right people for the right reasons. Now, if you want to learn more about how to create a content strategy just like this, check out my LinkedIn Accelerator program. I put the link down in the pinned comments below. Mistake number 5 is not optimizing your LinkedIn profile. You're spending all of this time developing this elaborate content strategy, writing really engaging content, building your network with the right people, using the right hashtag to engage with your ideal audience. And then when they click onto your profile, there is nothing there, or it's not optimized, or it's not nice to read. It's really difficult and convoluted and complicated. I don't understand who you are, what you do, how they can get in touch with you, where's your website, what's your company page. And then people will click the back button and go somewhere else. You really have to optimize your profile. And I feel this should be the one thing that you do before anything else on LinkedIn, before you start creating content. Otherwise, it's kind of like you're driving traffic to a junkyard. You're running a restaurant, but your location is in the middle of a junkyard. So when people arrive at the gate and they say like, oh, I'm in the wrong place. This is not for me. I was looking for this nice restaurant, but this is obviously the wrong place. So you want to make sure that your appearance is on point. If you're creating high quality content, your LinkedIn profile should also be high quality. So start by optimizing your LinkedIn profile first. I put a link down in the comments below if you want to learn more about how to optimize your LinkedIn profile, if you want to check this out. Mistake number 6 is pitching in your first message. Now, you will see this a lot on LinkedIn. If you have been there a long time, you will receive a ton of messages each and every day, which are basically just a pitch. People are lazy and they just think about themselves first. They think they're the best, greatest, most important person in the world, and they think anyone else is only caring about them. And they come like, hey, check out this new product. Hey, check out our company. Hey, we can help you do this. Would you want to set up a call? Do you want to send us an email? Blah, blah, blah. Here's the truth. I want you to listen to this. Nobody cares about you, right? You're not a special snowflake. Nobody is interested in you, okay? As soon as you understand this truth, you are teamed up for success. What people care about is just themselves. So don't start pitching anything. Don't start selling anything. Don't start promoting your company. Don't add your contact information. Nobody asks for your email, phone number, or website. Nobody cares. The only thing they care about is them. So if you want to have an opportunity that they even consider building a relationship with you, and building a relationship means that they are willing at some point in time, once this bond has been strengthened enough, they're willing to listen to your pitch. If there is no connection and you're just starting to sell, all that's happening is like you're getting slapped on the hand. And then people are gone. They just ignore your connection request. In the worst case, they might click this, I don't know this person, and your messages might be marked as spam. So really focus on building a genuine relationship. Now, if you follow my content creation formula from the LinkedIn Accelerator program, you are on the right track. You're creating content, you're warming up your audience remembers you, they know your face, they remember your name. So when you're sending them a message, they already associate high value with your name and your picture. So they're more likely to open your message. And if you then continue to provide value and to talk about them instead of you, you're helping them to give up one layer of defense after another. Everyone is like on high defense mode when they're on LinkedIn. Now, when you're creating content, they're getting like, oh yeah, I don't have to be that careful with this person. But then you're sending them a message and like, okay, he was just pretending to be a nice person, providing value. And now comes the sales pitch. And then what happens? You don't give them the sales pitch. And they're like, oh wow, I thought I must have mistaken this person for like a sleazy salesperson, but it seems this is a really nice person. Let's see what they have to say. And then you talk about them, you ask them for their feedback, you show that you have genuinely done some research about them, to learn something about them. Maybe you even give them some praise about something that you like about them, or you ask them a question about their expertise, or you inviting them to an event or to your podcast, or asking them a question that you might mention in your article. And then they're lowering their defense. And then you just have to continue building this relationship. At some point you might ask them like about certain business challenges, and that's when you can slowly transition from a strong relationship into your sales pitch, and you're going to get much better results. Mistake number 7, you're staying on LinkedIn, and that's wrong for so many reasons. For one, you don't own the data. If you're on LinkedIn and you're having them on your network list, you don't own the contact information. If LinkedIn decides to delete your account tomorrow, how can you reach to your potential customers? What you have to do is you have to take people from LinkedIn and get them onto a medium that you own. That can be your email list, that can be them sending you a personal email, that can be your setting up a phone call. Once you have this contact information, you put them into your CRM or email marketing software or into your phone, it's much better and easier to take the relationship to the next level. Now, here's why this is important. For once, the LinkedIn messaging system is a complete pain in the butt. You will never ever find a message again. Like if you're looking like, hey, what was the name of the person I talked to about last week? You can't search by date. You just can't go into search. And it's like everything is like all over the place. It's slow, it's sloppy. You don't find any information. Secondly, you don't have the contact information. So you want to, as quickly as possible, get the person from LinkedIn into your CRM or email marketing software. Once you have them in that platform, this is something you own. If you don't like the provider of your email marketing software, you can download all of your contacts as a CSV file and take them with you. Now, in the past, a lot of people thought, well, I can do the same on LinkedIn. I can just download my contact information. But guess what? Not too long ago, LinkedIn removed the ability to download everyone's contact information. Specifically, you were not able to download each person's profile URL and their email address. This information has been turned private because too many people complained about this, getting spam emails. Now, when you download your contacts, you just get their name, job title, and company name, but you don't have any means of taking them offline. So the person who was like wise and took everyone offline, and you can do that in a couple of ways. You can create a landing page and have them download a white paper or strategy recommendation, or you can set up a phone call. You can just simply ask them to send you an email if they want to get a specific piece of information, and there you have their contact information right there and then. Now, let me know in the comments below which of the 7 mistakes is the most difficult one and which one have you committed yourself. Let me know in the comments below. As I mentioned before, if you really want to learn how to make LinkedIn marketing work for your business, check out my LinkedIn Accelerator program. I put the link down in the description and into the pinned comments below. And if you want to get more videos about LinkedIn marketing and business strategies that really work, make sure that you smash the subscribe button, turn the notification bell on, and I see you in the next video. Bye.